This video is not intended for viewers under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey everyone, this is Memo. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at a bot that's very similar to one we just recently reviewed. This is the Fans Hobby MB-04 Gunfighter 2. It's very similar to their version of Arch Enemy or the Robots in Disguise Scourge. This is their Robots in Disguise version of Optimus. It's very similar, as I said, but there are some differences and some improvements, honestly. So, that being said, let's get him out of the package and see what he has in store for us. First off, as usual, we'll start off with accessories. Comes with a collector's card. It's really cheaply done. It's very just thin cardboard stock. Has the same artwork that you see on the boxes, but it's still really well done. Some stats on the back if you want to take a look. It also comes with a very decently done instruction booklet. It is color coded to tell you which part you're moving. It does a really good job getting through the transformation, and it's a fairly simple transformation, so it would have been really hard to screw this part up. And it comes with 3 weapons, which is nice because Arch Enemy only came with 1. Comes with a double barrel blaster, which does transform. It's nicely sculpted. Got some nice red paint apps there as well. Hollow barrels, which I always enjoy. Nothing like a gun with a big old flat piece of plastic in the end. Comes with the typical Prime styled blaster. Familiar shape, nicely detailed, and really good paint apps with the red and the venting, and then the silver and yellow there at the top. Again, it looks good. It's nicely detailed. And then the last accessory is his sword. Done in a slightly blue, mostly clear and smoked translucent plastic. Looks good. It's the same sculpt as the one that came with Arch Enemy, just this time not in red. Hilt itself is also nicely detailed. All the weapons do share the same method of putting it on to the figure, which is the method that slides into the fist rather than having a peg and port like your typical. So overall, a decent amount of accessories, and they're done pretty good. So let's take a look at Prime and bot mode, and you can tell right away the differences between Arch Enemy and him. Color scheme is completely different, but he is very nicely detailed. I love the head sculpt. This time the eyes are actually painted in a metallic blue rather than just clear plastic. It does not have the same dead look. It's nice and reflective. So reflective, so I thought at first that there was light piping, but it's not. It's just really well done eyes. Looking at the shoulders, shoulder cannons are painted a nice silver. Got red, yellow, and black accents on the shoulders. Coming down the chest, I love the red and silver here, and then the blue for the abs. Metallic along the sides of the chest, nicely painted. Again, nice painted and sculpted detail everywhere. I love the details and the way they painted them in silver, coming down all the way through the thighs. Red on the knees, black plastic for the majority of the legs. But one thing I failed to mention on Arch Enemy is this nicely painted detail here on the inside of the legs. It looks good. And then blue feet, which are die cast. It's a pretty hefty bot. There's die cast in a lot of spots. Coming around to the back, you do have paint details on the sides. Back of the forearms, there is the painted diamond plating that was on Arch Enemy. Looks really good. Pretty hefty backpack, but for what it is, it's acceptable. And then there's the back of the legs. So overall, nicely detailed. Couple improvements that they made. They did loosen up the shoulders a little bit, making transformation easier. And on Arch Enemy, the chest didn't open up, but on Prime, they do, revealing the final accessory, which is the Autobot Matrix in a nicely detailed chest cavity. It's done really well. Nice blue gem in the center there. It is removable. It is made of plastic, but it looks really good. As far as articulation, you've got the same up and down and side to side. The ears do move if you choose to do so. With the shoulders, comes all the way out, and you can adjust them up and down as you choose. So if you want, you can get them up high or even down low. So multiple options with the shoulders. They will do a complete 360 on soft ratchets. Then you have the ability to actually bring the arms up in the groove there, so you can get them almost all the way out. That's nice. Upper bicep rotation right above the elbow. More than 90 degrees on the bend, which again is nice. The wrists do rotate. And you have a pointer finger that is individually articulated, and the other three fingers are one piece, all on a single pin, and then the index finger does have one pin for a little bit more articulation, but you're still limited to that as far as the maximum that you can extend the fingers out. And again, the thumb is permanently in place, so not too bad. Coming down, you do have the same ab crunch, which is nice. Gives you a little bit, but not much. But at least it's nice it's there. You can't see all the way through the bot anymore because they did finally fill that chest cavity with this version. You do get a waist rotation, and then thighs, hips. They do go quite a bit out, just hindered because there's no hip flaps. Nice ratchets there, forward, and then a lot more back. Upper thigh rotation, more than 90 on the knee. And the feet, you can pivot down, a little bit up, and a nice rocker. So overall, he is definitely a fairly good articulated bot. He looks really good. And just for comparison, here they are together, Arch Enemy and Gunfighter 2. Right away, you can see the differences, especially with the face. The Prime head is blue, but the face mask is painted silver in the eyes. With Arch Enemy, the face mask is just a gray with the teal color around the edge of the helmet, and the eyes are not painted. There's different details as you can see across the chest, but the main difference is the coloring. But they both look really good. They're very well sculpted and very well painted. Alright, here we have Gunfighter 2 in his alt mode. And I have to admit, the detail and the paint do appeal to me much more with this version rather than with the Arch Enemy version. They look really good. You've got the same chrome on the wheels, gas tank, and then the diamond plate steel. But the nice thing is it's cast in this red plastic, but oh man, they painted across the hood, giving it a lot more pop. But let's take a look at some close detail here. There's a nice painted gas tank, wheels. They painted, or sorry, die cast smokestacks. They painted these this time rather than leaving them just a black gray, or black plastic, I should say. Nicely detailed coming across the front. Chrome rims really pop. Kind of reminds me of Rhino. I don't like how much the arms stick out on the sides, but it does add to the look, I guess. Nicely painted grille and lights. I wish they would have done this in silver. That really would have added something. But you got the same bluish, lightly tinted plastic on the windshield. It looks really good. But the paint, you can actually feel the paint where it separates. It's really done nicely. And one thing that they changed is here on the back of the legs, you can see those two flip up panels that extend. Those were not present on Arch Enemy, so this is one of the improvements that they made. And it really does help with the stability, because with Arch Enemy the legs kind of flex whenever you picked it up, and that doesn't happen anymore because those panels were added, and they did add some paint on there for good measure. Makes it look nice. And then sadly the feet are blue and they just kind of hang out the back, but it's Prime. What can you say? But overall it looks really good. And the rubber tires do roll well, rather squeaky, but they are fully functional. And it's really nice to be fully functional, isn't it, guys? And just for comparison, here they are together. They both really are impressive bots. They did surprise me as far as how much I liked them. Alright guys, let's wrap it up. This again is a series of bots that they have impressed me quite a bit. The only experience I had with this company prior to this was the Athena mold and then their wheel blade. So it's nice to see a variety as far as offerings. The sculpt and the paint on these are fantastic. Posability, it's a little bit wonky in the arms, but that's just having to do with the design of the character. I can't fault them for that. They pulled it off, in my opinion. Negatives, there's not really many. The thighs are a little bit loose, so when you go to set them down, the legs do want to spread out a little bit, but that's minor. Accessories for this one are great. Even though it included 2 guns, I think I'm gonna give the double barrel to Arch Enemy when I display him, just because he doesn't have one. Other than that, the accessories are really well done. Beautiful paint, beautiful details, and yeah, just impressive. So this is definitely a recommend from me. I picked these guys up, both of them, from thechosenprime.com. Wonderful company to work for or work with, and they would be more than happy to ship these out to you. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to get your bell on, and I hope to see you again in the future videos.